know, one of the things that I've been saying is I have never seen anything that is as close to a sure thing as these metals going up many-fold in value, not just price, but how much stuff they buy.
Exactly.
People don't realize that something can be going up in price while it's falling in value.
That's right.
So what you're looking for is absolute purchasing power. If the dollar goes to zero and gold goes to infinity, I mean, where did the price go?
I gave one of these notes, these $100 trillion Zimbabwe dollar notes, to my mother-in-law. And she held it, and she looked at it, and she felt it a little longer, and she goes, if only this were real. I explained to her it was real. And what most people don't understand is they think that some paper currency with a one and a lot of zeros behind it must be a lot of quote-unquote money. But that's the problem with paper money. That's the problem with deficit spending. That's the problem with the world's currency system. It doesn't matter what currency you're in, there's not anything substantial behind any of them. In fact, I get the question quite often about, well, what currency is the best currency? And the answer is none. The best currency is physical gold, physical silver. You gotta think about this for a second. The only real money that's outside the matrix are gold and silver. Let's just do a thought experiment real quick. Mike, what would happen if, let's say, the communication systems went down for 24 hours?
Oh, all the bank wire transfers would stop. Credit card machines would stop working. The Federal Reserve used to have their own hardwired system, and I believe it was like 2004 or something that they went to the internet. So if the internet system fails, everything stops.
So we're in the matrix. I mean, every investment you can think of, a bond, a stock, a second mortgage, a muni bond, I don't care, think up anything you want. Every one of those is in the matrix. The only asset class that stands outside of the matrix are gold and silver in physical form. And yet most people never stop to consider that. Now, does that mean that you are predicting that there's going to be communication failure? And the answer is no, I'm not predicting that. What I am predicting is to get you to think. What I want you to do is think it through. What money do you know hasn't done this throughout all of recorded history? You know what? Their answer is none. China went on paper money 8 times for 8 times, and every time it failed. Marco Polo came back. You read about it in the history books, about he discovered this and that and the spices and all this stuff, silk. You know what he discovered? That the Chinese were willing to take a piece of paper as final payment. I couldn't believe that coming from Europe. And yet that was the system that is now pervasive throughout the entire planet. It's sad when you stop and consider that most people are worried about, I'm not going to buy gold or silver because it's going to be confiscated, which is a ridiculous argument. I don't buy into it. Some of the people that read me do believe that it will be. I, again, do not.